Ask Me Anything by Redmond Etes. I've worked in casino surveillance for 17 years. Ask me anything. I've seen it all, so ask away. I got to chat with a Canadian casino executive for a few hours a while back. He said in his casino, card counting is very common, and for the most part they allow it because most card counters screw it up enough to even the odds, and they usually make more money from the crowds that small-time card counters draw from winning than they lose to the counter. Is that true in most casinos? Not true at mine. I've heard of it, but it's rare. To be a good card counter you need a good size bankroll, and most don't have that. Low limit card counters are in all the time, but they don't do any damage. Real talk, how much screen viewing is really necessary? It seems unhealthy and impossible to stare at a screen non-stop, 8 or more hours a day, 5 or more days a week. Where's the relief? Are the rooms well lit? Obviously you can't be distracted, but is there anything you can do on the side to keep yourself awake, entertained, educated, like books, homework, etc.? Bonus question. Why stay in casino surveillance for 17 years? Have you ever desired any other career? The screen time is a hard balance, that's for sure. Everyone gets breaks pretty much any time they need it. Each shift likes the room lights different. Some like it dark, some like the light on a little more, so it depends really. Everyone talks to one another while working, so everyone stays awake. I enjoy what I do and the money is great, so no real reason to leave. Most elaborate scam someone's tried to pull? Extra points if it's stupid and had no possible chance. The dumbest one, I hate to admit, was a guy told the dealer, "Hey, look over there," and he turned away. The player reached into the rack and took about $5,000 in checks. The dealer had no clue. When staff finds abandoned tickets on the floor or in a slot machines, they keep them and redeem them, don't they? Not here I'm at. Everything found that's not cash has to be turned into the cage. If it's cash, then we try to find the people who lost it. If we can't find them, then we hold for 30 days and give it to the person who found it. What's the most entertaining thing you've seen? A girl was locked up for being drunk. Her boyfriend went home and got his dad's police uniform and came back dressed up and tried to have his girlfriend released to him. He was arrested too, lol. Isn't it the casino's goal to get you drunk? Far from it. Once you're visibly drunk, we can't let you play legally. How can I count cards without getting caught? Try not make large swings in your wagers. Even with a high count. Keep it small. You have to do it long term. Once you make a big jump, you only have about 15-20 minutes before they will stop you. Funniest thing you've seen? People walking into glass doors never gets old to me. As long as they aren't seriously hurt, I crack up. I've seen a few broken bones from it. People falling down escalators. Lol. What's the weirdest thing someone did? A guy thought it was a good idea to have phone sex with his girl at a slot machine. He finished. What is the worst case of gambling addiction you've seen? And what advice would you give people going to casinos? I've seen lots of bad ones. People get desperate. Trying to use fake checks, sell jewelry, they will do anything to get some extra cash. I had a lady sell her wedding ring. Have a limit is the best tip. You really need to just use the cash on hand and stick to that. I don't gamble because I've seen how bad it can get for people. What kind of alternative punishments have you seen or heard about? Those were the old school days. None of that's around with the state regulators. The fines for cheating are punishment enough. What's the largest sum you've ever seen someone win? I've seen one person win 5.6 million and 3 days later lose 7.2 million. Addiction is real. That's absolutely nuts. It really is. I don't gamble because I've seen the bad side of it. How much do you make a year? I would love this job. I'm a director of surveillance and it's north of $120,000 a year. How did you get the job? Started off in security and worked my way up. Just meeting new people. An opening came up and I was hired in surveillance. Just kept moving up. What is the worst staff injury you've seen? Do the women bringing drinks around ever get stalkers? And if so, how do you nip that in the bud? Some of the waitresses have had some stalkers. Police get involved fast with that. They get escorts to and from their cars for as long as they like. I had a person fall off a ladder and had a compound to his leg and a broken neck. What's the wildest fight that you have witnessed? I've seen one get so out of hand it was about 75 people. Police had to bring in 4 police dogs and just a ton of cops to get it under control. And it was all over someone stepped on someone's shoes. Have you got any funny stories you can share? There are really so many. A good one is a lady won a slot jackpot for $122,000. She got most of the money in a check and about $5,000 cash. She went into the higher limit area and on her third spin hit another jackpot for $90,000. She wasn't even a big player. But she was deserving of the money, so I'm glad it happened to her and not some rich person. Do foreigners have to pay tax on winnings? I mean, if they come to Vegas on holiday and have a nice win, do they get to keep it all or do they have to be taxed on it? Yes, if you use a foreign passport to claim a jackpot, it's 33% tax rate. Is it true that casinos all have a black book of career cheaters who are banned from all casinos nationwide? It's called the Griffin Book. It goes state by state. We don't normally ban someone for a crime in a different state, but if it's a major felony we can. We've excluded some mafia people because of their business. How do the mafia guys react to being excluded? I've only seen it one time done in person. Rest are done by mail. But it didn't go too well. Lots of threats, but thank God no one was hurt. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.